Hey everyone, it's Luke here at 3DLM Designs. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a stylized tree in Blender. This is perfect for game design, animations, or just improving your overall modeling skills. We'll be using simple shapes and modifiers to get that cool, cartoony look. This is the first video in my camping scene series. The aim of this series is to teach you how to model a stylized object related to camping in each video, keeping the information in bite-sized chunks. At the end of the series, I'll show you how to create a stylized camping scene which uses all the objects we have worked on previously. Before we get started, if you're new here, please take a minute to like, subscribe and click the notification bell if you find this tutorial helpful so you don't miss out on any new content coming your way. Now, let's jump right in. Okay, let's start with a clean scene. We need to delete the default cube by clicking on it, pressing X and selecting delete. I'll do the same for the light and the camera. Next, let's add a single vert to start the tree base. Press Shift A, Mesh, Single Vert, Add Single Vert. You can now see in the top left hand corner that we're in edit mode and have vertex selection toggled on. Change the orientation to look from the side and press E and then Z to extrude the vertex in the Z axis to a suitable height and left click to confirm. This will create another vertex and connect it to the previous one. Using the extrude tool again, create some more vertices in any pattern you prefer. These will act as our tree's branches. After that, rotate the view to a different angle by pressing and holding the middle mouse button while dragging the mouse. Continue extruding some more vertices in different angles. You can go as complex or as simple as you like with your branch patterns. For this tutorial, I'll keep it simple. Now, exit edit mode by pressing Tab. We need to add some thickness to our tree's frame. To do this, we'll open the Modifier tab by clicking on the spanner icon over on the right. Click on the Add Modifier drop-down menu, Generate, Skin Modifier. And as you can see, our tree now has thickness. However, we need to scale this to prevent the trunk and the branches from overlapping and clashing. To do this, we need to tab into edit mode, press A to select all of the tree, and click Ctrl A and drag to reduce the thickness of the modifier and make our tree look more tree-like. Select the bottom vertex, press Ctrl A and drag to make the trunk thicker than the branches. Now we want to give the tree the stylized feel we're looking for. So tab out of edit mode and go to the Add Modifier drop-down menu again. Go to Generate and this time select Subdivision Modifier. Change your subdivisions to 2. Apply the Skin Modifier by pressing the drop-down arrow and pressing Apply. Right click on the tree and click Shade Smooth. Sometimes you'll find that there will be some errors in the geometry, but this can be corrected by tabbing into edit mode once more and moving some of the vertices to find better angles to fix the errors. It's a little bit of trial and error. Right, now that we have the base of our tree sorted, we need to add some greenery. Press Shift A, Mesh and select Cube, pressing S to scale it down to an appropriate size. Now we need to move the cube to the top of the tree. Left click on the cube, press G and Z and drag up. We need to smooth off the edges of the cube to make it fit with the style of the rest of the tree. This can be done by adding a Bevel Modifier. So with the cube selected, go to Add Modifier, Generate, Bevel. Increase the amount of bevel by changing the value in the modifier settings and change the number of segments to 4. Next, right click on the cube and select Shade Smooth. Now we can create the top shape of the tree using this cube. So first, rotate the cube to make the tree look more stylized by selecting it, pressing R and selecting X, Y or Z to depending on which axis you'd like to rotate your cube on. I'll rotate it on the x-axis. The next step is to form the shape of the tree by duplicating the cube as many times as you prefer until you get the desired shape. So, to duplicate, we select the cube, press Shift D, and then position the new cube by selecting the desired axis to move along until you get it in the right position. We then just need to keep duplicating the cubes until the tree is to our liking. And just like that, we've created a stylized tree. Let's add some colour to this tree to make it pop. Swap to the viewport shading mode so we can see the colours that we're going to add to our tree. Starting with the trunk, select it and open the Material Properties tab by clicking on the round icon. Here you can see the materials which have been assigned to the object body. Select New, click on the base colour box which will bring up the colour wheel. Now we want a nice brown colour for our tree trunk. I'll try something like this. You can use the slider on the right to adjust the brightness of the colour. Now, onto the greenery of the tree. For this I want to show varying colours to give the tree some contrast. Let's start with a light green and add it to a few of the cubes. Using the same steps as before, with the cube selected, New, select the base colour box and select a light green you think looks good. For the next cubes, select them and press the drop down next to the New button and select the green material you've just created. Moving to a slightly darker green, let's add this to a few cubes. And then lastly, let's put a really dark green on the remaining cubes to finish it off. So there you have it. We've modelled a stylized tree and added some colour to the objects to make the tree pop and stand out. The next step would be to add a camera and lighting into the scene and configure the scene for rendering. I'm not going to cover that in this video, but if that's something you'd be interested in learning, let me know in the comments. I'd love to see your version of our stylized tree from today's tutorial. Please feel free to post an image in our Reddit community. You can find the link in the description below. Thank you for following this tutorial with me. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this is the first part in the camping scene series, so I'll see you in the next one where we'll take another step towards creating a stunning, stylized camping scene. Until next time, this is Luke at 3DLM Designs. Stay stylized.